Bakr, but how did this woman know even medicine that way? It's because Aisha's mind was unparalleled in that time of the Prophet, peace be upon him, even amongst the male companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, again, a woman of great confidence and great stature, she said that Allah favored me with 10 things they didn't favor anybody else with. And this was as she was an old woman about to pass away. So the first thing is that I was never married to anyone but the Prophet, peace be upon him, and I'm the only one that could claim that. She's the only woman who never married anyone but the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, everyone else that he had married was either a widow or a divorcee. So she's like, I'm the only person that was only married to the Prophet, peace be upon him. No one before him, no one after him. Again, she was engaged to Jubayr. She said, both of my parents were muhajireen, meaning they were, muhajireen are the people that migrated from Mecca to Medina, escaping persecution. She said, number 3, Allah declared my innocence from above the heavens. Allah revealed 16 verses of Quran defending her when people made remarks or people accused her in her innocence. Number 4, she said, Jibreel, the angel Gabriel, proposed on my behalf to the Prophet, peace be upon him. How is that? Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, saw a dream of Jibreel alayhi salam. After Khawla suggested Aisha to the Prophet, peace be upon him, he saw a dream of Jibreel alayhi salam showing, lifting the veil on Aisha radiallahu anha and saying, "Nahadihi zawjatika fi dunya wal akhirah." This is your spouse in this life and the next. So she said, Jibreel proposed to the Prophet, peace be upon him, on my behalf. She said, I drank and bathed from, this is number 5, I drank and I bathed from the same container as the Prophet, peace be upon him. Number 6, she said that the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to pray at night while I was laid in front of him, while I was sleeping in front of him. And the Prophet, their home was so small. The Prophet, peace be upon him, didn't live in a palace, lived in a tiny little chamber, right? And so she said that when the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to do his night prayer, when he used to prostrate, he would tap her legs so she could move her legs inward, so that he could fit his head in the room. Right? So she said, I used to lay in front of the Prophet, peace be upon him, while he would pray at night. Number 7, she said that revelation used to come to him while he was in my home. It's just true that many times the Quran was revealed to the Prophet, peace be upon him, in the home of Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. Number 8, she said the Prophet, peace be upon him, died on my chest. No one else can claim that, right? The Prophet, peace be upon him, died on my chest. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was reclined on the chest of Aisha. One, Jibreel alayhi salam came to him and took his soul. Number 9, she said the Prophet, peace be upon him, died on my night. And number 10, she said the Prophet, peace be upon him, was buried in my room. Right? So this was a woman that understood her space in Islamic history. She was a hafidha of the Quran. She memorized the Quran. She narrated over 2,000 ahadith, 2,000 narrations about the Prophet, peace be upon him. 2,000 narrations that give us a look at who this man was behind closed doors. Who this man was as a husband, who this man was as a father, who this man was in times when most people fail at the standard that's been set upon them. And she, it's really interesting because, one of the great scholars said that Allah revealed 16 verses in her defense. And she narrated hadiths, she narrated traditions about the Prophet, peace be upon him, in his defense, even if that made her look bad. What that means is that when she narrates a saying about an argument she had with the Prophet, peace be upon him, and he's always right, and he's, she's the one that lost her temper, or she's the one that raised her voice, or, and it's the same people that would mock Aisha would use narrations that she narrated herself, which is just, sheer ignorance, right? Like she narrates these hadith about the arguments. The hadith I used in the last sermon, the last Jum'ah khutbah, she narrates the hadith, right? All of those things. Why? To defend, to show the supreme character of the Prophet, peace be upon him, even if that means that she could potentially make herself look bad. But a mother is interested in teaching her children. And so she taught us through her interactions with the Prophet, peace be upon him, about who the Prophet, peace be upon him, was. Urwa, who is the nephew of Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, he said that no one's prayer resembled the prayer of the Prophet, peace be upon him, like Ayesha, may Allah be pleased with her. If you watched her pray, she looked exactly like the Prophet, peace be upon him. She resembled the Prophet, peace be upon him. In the way that he would pray, in the spirituality and the khushu', the humility that she had in her prayer. Urwa says that one time I came to visit her and she was my aunt. And I saw her standing up and praying. And she was crying and reciting the verse, فَمَنَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ Astaghfirullah. وَوَقَانَا عَذَابَ السَّمُومِ, right? Surah Al-Tur. That Allah was kind to us and He removed from us and He spared us from a grievous punishment. Allah was kind to us and spared us from grievous punishment. So he said that I stood behind her on the side of her as she prayed to try to get her attention, and she didn't stop her prayer. She was so immersed in that one verse of the Quran that he said that I decided I'm going to go shopping and come back later. He said I went shopping and came back later and she was still standing in the same place reciting the same verse, crying and remembering her Lord. So this was a woman that was a sage, a worshipper, a woman whose worship resembles the worship of the greatest worshipper, and the Prophet, peace be upon him. This was a woman that many people don't know was distinguished in her charity. Abdullah ibn Zubayr, he says that Abdullah ibn Zubayr said, I know no two people more generous than my mother and my aunt. His mother was Asma bint Abi Bakr. His aunt was Ayesha bint Abi Bakr. He said Ayesha used to gather her money until it became something, until it was of a certain quantity, and then she'd give it away. Asma used to give it away right away. So he said, I knew no two people more generous than my mother and by my aunt. He said that Ayesha never used to keep anything except that she gave it away in charity. Once a poor man came to her to ask her for her wealth. She went inside her home and all she found were grapes. And she even gave those away, and that was her meal for the evening. And she gave away the grapes that she had. And the man said, is that all? And she said, وَكَمْ فِي هَذَا مِن مِثْقَالِ ذَرَّةٍ.